give me fire, give me that which I desire.
All right, welcome back to Wind Tunnel TV and the Raid Furniture Mart Super Series here, where the super late models are out at Iowa Speedway tonight. Should be highly entertaining, something a little different for these short track racers, even though Iowa, kind of a short track, pretty big for these super late. It's going to be highly entertaining in the Cornfield Cadillac 125. I'm Dean Doucette, in the booth with me, Mr. Baron Labosco. Baron, Iowa, a little different here. Should be fun.
Dean, it's going to be great. We're looking forward to an amazing race tonight from these guys. This is a great track. If you're in big cars or little cars or high downforce cars, low downforce cars, it doesn't matter. Super lates around this track, almost like running Daytona too wide at times. You'll see them running the high side and the low side. And Dean, we'll see. Might see some preferred highline racers tonight. What do you think?
Absolutely. I think you'll see all the lines tonight. Now, pretty decent field here, 20 guys. I expect to see some three wide action, and it brings us into our keys to the race. You got control, pitting, and strategy. They've been huge, but kind of missing in here is that controlled, I guess the control's in there, but controlled aggression. Do you want to be three wide? Do you want to be four wide, Baron?
What we've seen so far from this group is that they're not afraid to run three abreast. It's a short track series, so a lot of times that doesn't work out for somebody within that equation. But tonight we got plenty of racetrack to test it out. We'll see what these guys are feeling as we move through the race tonight. Last couple of weeks, a lot of green flag runs, so pit strategies are going to be in order tonight as well, Dean. Look for some of these guys to really calculate how long they can make it and when they're going to take their tires.
Yeah, it's been huge in this series, right? Who's chosen to pit and when. Last week it worked out for Brian Cole, our points leader, as we look in on those championship standings. He's got a nice lead now. Chase Werderman up to second place. He's been really solid all year. Hasn't won, I don't believe, but hasn't had to. Consistency is what's paid off. Newton's had an up and down season, but he's persevered. Here he is in third, in good position to make a move. Marvin Termar, league owner here, now in fourth position. Kaufman, who's up to fifth. It's Pearson, Stephen M., Cole, Vecchiarelli, and Dart in your top 10. And some guys who have missed a race here or there, some of them here tonight. I see Tripp back out on the track. That's going to be highly interesting.
Sure will. And we got Austin Miller there lurking around in 11th position on the point standing. So Austin having some solid finishes. And, last week, arguably one of the fastest cars we've seen to date. But Brian Cole leading the points and doing it in dominant fashion week in, week out, putting that car in the top three.
Yeah, Cole's been great. And, I expect nothing less tonight. Although Iowa is a little different. So we'll see. Some of these short track racers can adapt to this style of racing. I expect they will. The cream always rises to the top. And let's get into tonight's starting grid. And you see Marvin Termeyer, 2 poles in a row, I believe, for him. A time of 23:807, sitting on the point tonight. Keaton Tripp. Tripp has been awesome at times this season. He'll start on the outside of row number 1. It's Adam Newton in the 5, starting in the 3rd position. Darren Robertson in the 75 will start 4th. Colin Kennedy in the number 3 will start on the inside of row number 3, along with David Vecchiarelli. It's Brian Cole, your points leader, and Travis Dart in row 4. Bill Dart and Werderman going to be in row number 5. Cole and Perry up there. As we look through the rest of the guys here, you got Kaufman, Roll, Chase Werderman, Barry Hines, Dubuque, Bruce Pearson, Austin Miller, and Stephen M. rounding out the field.
good look at a very fast field tonight, Dean. I'm really looking forward to seeing what some of these guys do with a bigger track. We've seen some guys with amazing speed. Termeyer last week really lit him up early in the race, and then accidentally bounced it off the wall, and that pretty much ended his bid for the win last week. Starting from the pole is an advantage, Dean. So let's hopefully Marvin can keep it clean and bring home a nice finish for himself.
Yeah, I mean, we talked a lot about, that inside row in particular, both Marvin and Adam Newton. They've been strong at times, but can they finish, right? Can they get through all 125 laps? And I don't mean because of their own driving, just luck, various things happening to these guys. It's going to be big to see if they can complete this race with all the fenders attached, Baron.
Right, and that'll be key. Higher speeds means more downforce, and we're going to need those fenders tonight, Dean. So, where it used to be cool to, wrap it off each other a little bit on these shorter tracks, where, oh no, and Austin Miller's found trouble before the green flag.
Well, that's not good. Austin Miller has indeed crashed on the lead out lap, so behind the 8 ball early. Wow, that is something there before the race starts. Miller, who's a great driver. I don't know what happened there, but here we go. Pace car off the track. Termeyer leading him down. Trip on the outside.
Green flag, green flag.
Great start from Tripp on the outside. A little slow from Marvin on the inside. They come down side by side.
Good restart from both of these guys. Love it when they're door to door on this track. Get the heat in the tires, and let's see what we can get here after 10 laps or so. But really good racing up front.
Wow, intense racing here early. Tripp and Termeyer going at it. Newton and Cole sitting there waiting for it to settle out.
And just be patient, right? Let them handle their business, and then maybe capitalize if a mistake is made.
And you see that high line starting to prevail. Tripp to the front. So put Keaton Tripp up to the lead here early. Termeyer's got to be a little ticked about that. Slow start there off the start of the race, Baron.
And it is what it is, right? This is a bigger track. These guys are going to test, like you said, all the lines they have available to them. We can't win it on the first lap, Dean, but we sure can win it on the last. So let's see what they've got in store during pit stops. Maybe some adjustments will be made.
Absolutely. That time up near the wall is Tripp, more of a traditional Iowa line. And, talk a little bit about that corner 3 and 4, Baron. I mean, you really can run anywhere on the track, but the traditional line, maybe on the high side there.
Yeah, it sure is. And more series that you'll run, you'll find in this iRacing series that guys will traditionally at this track run that high line. It's a little smoother up there, Dean. So if your chalk packages aren't quite tuned in the right way, you can go for a very bumpy ride on the low side of this turns 3 and 4.
Certainly can. Termeyer, battling back. He's into Tripp. Tripp is around. Great save by Keaton Tripp in the 26. I didn't see contact there, but I think maybe a little netcode action there.
Yeah, it looks like we got a little software action for Marvin, and apparently he's black flagged himself too. So we'll see how this plays out.
Well, I don't know if I like the call per se, but I like when an owner is quicker to take responsibility than not. So Marvin perhaps doing the right thing there. Let's get a replay on this and see what happened.
Yeah, curious to see if this was entirely Marvin's doing or if we have some software issue.
So here we go, heading down into corner number 1. Now he is a little high, drives in hard, and yeah, I mean, I think contact was inevitable, but it was also what we call netcode, a little, two guys, different points on the earth here, and those connections are made, and the program predicts there will be contact, and so it does it a split hair early. Baron, if anybody ever remembers the movie Heaven Can Wait, I highly recommend it, by the way. It explains a little bit of this. I'm not sure if you're familiar with it.
Trying hard to connect the dots here, Dean.
Well, Heaven Can Wait, it was an older movie, a guy, football player, and he was riding his bicycle. He went through a tunnel, and he was about to have a major car accident, and an angel, whatever, had pulled him out of his body prematurely to stop him from getting involved in that accident, although the truth is he was not going to die. And I've gone way too far into this movie, but it's kind of like netcode nonetheless.
That's a great time filler, Dean. I appreciate your effort here. Heaven Can Wait, kids, at a theater near you.
Yeah, it's going back. I forget the name of the guy. What was the guy who was once married to Madonna, or went out with her at least? Big
Wasn't it Sean
time.
Penn?
No, after him, or
Oh.
it was an older guy, but maybe I should let this one die, folks. Keaton tripped, so he bounces back. Great save by him, Baron, the 26. Talented guy. Really, some soft contact there. He keeps it off the wall and keeps that car under him.
Good hands award going to Keaton Tripp so far in the 26. Boy, if it wasn't wrecked, it was as close to wrecked as you're going to get. So under caution there early in this event, incidental contact between the leader and the second place card puts Adam Newton out in front here. Lights are still on the pace car, so we got another lap to go here. And Brian Cole finds himself in a very familiar position as he's occupying second spot.
Yeah, Brian Cole. I mean, this guy is always in the right place at the right time, Barrett. Points leader, right? Every race. He seems to be not only maybe one of the best drivers, but just he's very patient. I'm not saying he hasn't been aggressive, but he seems to select his time correctly on when to be aggressive. Is that luck, or is that kind of a champion skill?
Man, that's wily veteran knowledge. Here's a guy who's probably got some laps at every one of these tracks and understands exactly what that car is going to go through before it does it, and he's just waiting for his competitors to slow down or make a mistake and keep his fenders on the car. He'll be just fine. And you've seen racers like that throughout the career. If you draw a line to, Matt Kenseth or Kurt Busch or some of the other drivers in the Cup Series who are just hanging around that top 10, waiting for a chance to pounce, and then they show up in victory lane.
Got some movers, of course, Brian Cole and Jeff Werderman moving up the board, but Adam Cole, a guy you seem to like the other week, one of our sponsors there, and that K/T.org qualifying sponsor. But here we go. Newton out front. He's got the points leader on his outside. Newton with a good launch this time, so he's going to do a good job. Keaton Tripp dives underneath Cole. He's looking to get back to the front right away.
Yeah, wasted no time in pulling that car down to the inside line and trying to make Brian earn his money tonight, as Adam Newton gets a great start from the green flag and has found himself a little breathing room before these two guys start battling.
Yeah, and that's key, right? You got to get out here. This allows you, Baron, not only to have the lead and get a little gap, but you can start running your full track, your nice line, and perhaps even from the front save a little more than other guys. Back here, Cole, Robertson doing battle. Looks like that's Jeff Werderman already moving his way through here.
Yeah, great battling going on. Look at that very low line that Adam Cole's chosen. Almost gets it 3 wide there as Robertson looking for some sort of a hole to get through.
Man, these guys are battling. This is exactly what you expect to see here at a place like Iowa. Lots of 3 wide action. Heating up for second place right now as Brian Cole coming back on Keaton Tripp here.
Yeah, and utilizing that low line again. Tripp's on that high line. Brian Cole's going to settle back there into third, and now the harassment's on, right? They're going to rattle each other's cages for the rest of this time.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Tripp now settling in more on the bottom line. Not really traditional for Iowa. But I think he's vacated that high line temporarily, saying, I had enough of guys being underneath me.
Yeah, and Brian Cole has managed to make the low line work for him tonight as he's hounding Tripp there. Interesting to see these two lines work as other drivers are finding their way through the field.
And it's heating up back here. Travis Dart doing battle with Adam Cole right behind him. You got Vecchiarelli and Andrew Perry, and they're swinging at each other as well.
Yeah, and Vecchiarelli, he's Mr. Where did he come from sometimes. He'll start deep in the field, and then next thing you know, he's in the top 5. So look for the 18 car to come to the front tonight. This is his type of track, I believe.
All right. Venturelli actually down 2 spots on the night, but that doesn't mean a whole lot here early on like this. We'll see how he works through the field. Right now, Travis Dart still working on Cole. They're still side by side as these battles rage on. Just in front of them, Robertson trying to make a move on Jeff Werderman. He's looking high, Baron. He's looking low. He's searching all over the place.
It's easier to find the line than try to pass a car. Looks like Werderman's making that car a little wide on him too, so he's going to make him earn his money. But it's early in this event, only lap 16 of 125. Patience will be a virtue tonight. As long as we keep the tires underneath us, these long green flag runs will really sort the field out.
Well, here we go out front. Adam Newton. Now he's got to be loving this, Baron. The 5 machine, for once, is sitting here in a spot where he doesn't have to do battle. He doesn't have to worry about other cars. This is where you want to be. I mean, quite obviously, in first place.
Yeah, and he's going to put it on cruise control here and make Keaton Tripp come up to him and make a pass. Hopefully Newton can find his rhythm, keep in his line, and keep that car out front. It's good to see the 5 car in the lead.
Keaton Tripp sitting in second place. It's Brian Cole, points leader right there. Werderman and Robertson still kind of battling pretty hard here. They're in 4th and 5th. And you get back to this battle, it's Cole, Dart, Perry, Venturelli, and right behind them, it's Brian Kaufman starting to lurk.
Yeah, and way up high was Adam Cole in that last turn. Really almost got to the wall. We got one in the wall now. It looks like these tires are starting to wear.
Yeah, these guys start overdriving this machine. You're going to push up into that wall. That's going to be a problem. Could upset the balance of these vehicles.
Yeah, practice makes perfect, right? So as we say it week in and week out, getting that rhythm and learning what these cars can do at 20, 30 laps on a green flag run. Adam almost got there, but you know what's cool to see is Travis starts up 2 spots, but he's coming to the front. He's been battling, and now I think he's got some clean air in front of him. This 6 car looks pretty fast here, Dean.
It does. I mean, you can see the difference between when you're battling a car and when you get, some clean air, like you said, and some clean track. You can really extend that thing, take the full length out to the wall, back down to the low end. It can really help your times. And behind them, they're battling Perry and Dart almost together.
Close call, boy. Good job on these drivers giving each other a little room here, but that was pretty close.
Yeah, great job. Getting the space. Venturelli starting to stalk right in there. I think he's actually lost a spot here to Perry. So Andrew Perry, not too familiar with Andrew, but he is on the move here. A little loose that time. Oh, back up, loose again. Venturelli looks to the high side.
Yeah, that was almost the D-Dido dance, wasn't it? He almost put it to the wall and to Venturelli.
Now, I got to ask you, what kind of dance was that again, Barry?
Oh, you never heard Darrell Waltrip talk about the D-Dido dance when the car gets loose and starts wiggling around.
I love it. The D-Dido dance. Adam Newton, your race leader. Keaton Tripp, always dangerous, sitting here in second place. These guys have a history now, Baron. Maybe we can touch on that a little bit. Short track, can't remember which track that was exactly, but Keaton Tripp was trying to get to the lead. He was clearly faster. Newton on older tires, but he had nowhere to go, so he went lower than low repeatedly and ended up putting the 5 kind of in a bad position. He got out of shape and ended up wrecking and cost him. He went from 1st to maybe 10th or something in that race. There could be some bad blood there.
Well, and what you're describing right there is short track racing week in and week out. So these guys, racers never forget, but they have to be around each other every week moving forward here. It looks like Keaton looking for championships and trophies right now. He's not necessarily in the championship hunt, but Adam Newton is, so let's see if cooler heads prevail.
I'm sure they will, but have a little drama up here in the booth. We always love that. So here we hop on board with Tripp. Let's fade back one more and go back to Brian Cole. And Brian Cole doing Brian Cole things here. Just kind of hanging around in 3rd. Maybe not pressing that car too much at this point in the race.
Yeah, nice and low on that, down on that yellow line. Looks like the wheel is nice and pretty for him right now. Not a whole lot of inputs. Still got the car rotating nice. I think he's on cruise control right now, Dean. What do you think?
I think you're right. I mean, but you never know for sure. But if I was to guess with a guy like Brian Cole, he's probably just nurturing that thing around and thinking long term here. We're on lap 28 of 125. Newton having a little issue there. That's going to bring Tripp underneath him. Keaton Tripp looking for the lead on the low side. Newton trying to hold him off.
Yeah, it just takes one little mistake, and all of a sudden Tripp's on him. And the battle for third place is heating up, too, as Jeff Werderman's there. He's caught Brian Cole.
And Tripp takes the lead. Keaton Tripp, little crossover attempt from the 5. I love it. But he's going to have to relinquish that one. No, he's coming back. He says, enough of that. I'm going right back to the front.
And Adam knows he's got a fast car, and he had a little mistake. Let's see if that car can get him back to the lead. That's really good racing right there, Dean.
That's good racing. I mean, you want to get that lead. You were leading. The fresh air is big out here. You got to make this happen, though, or give it up soon, because here comes Cole and Werderman right behind them.
Yeah, and a nice race going on for 5th and 6th place between Darren Robinson and Travis Darts. Caught him. So, yeah, we got some great racing here at Iowa.
Absolutely. We continue under green flag conditions.
Yeah, lap 31
at
120. Go ahead, sorry.
Sorry, Tripp, a little bit of an awkward entry there. Allowed Newton to get a little deeper. He could clear him here.
Yeah, he's still got that low line. He's got him pinned down there. Let's see if he's going to be able to make this pass. You know, we call it a war hoop, and the place to do it is 1 and 2.
Man, these guys are really going at it. I love what I'm seeing. Newton came to fight tonight. Tripp, has won a couple of races. He won the Twins there back-to-back, starting from the last and the second one. And Newton's saying, you've had enough. It's time for me to come out here and shine.
Yeah, and he's giving him all he can handle right now. Keaton Tripp's got his hands full with the 5 car.
He does. He does have that preferred line. I think he's going to wear him down, pinching him down like this. But Newton has proven me wrong over the last several laps here as he continues to do battle.
And look what it's doing for 3rd and 4th place, too. So they're starting to creep into this picture now as these guys stay side by side. They keep racing each other. These old boys behind them just licking their chops saying, go ahead, fellas, go ahead and keep racing. We'll be there in a minute.
Now you can just see, like, Newton's almost there, but he can't extend on exit, and it just gives Tripp that enough runoff, in particular, out of this next corner. Down through 3, we'll see. They'll get side by side. Newton drives in on the bottom, gets ahead, but here comes Tripp back on the outside, and this is lap after lap after lap. You see Tripp's car wind up and take the lead again.
Yeah, and Newton is getting some great great acceleration off the turn, able to hang with Tripp even on those straightaway runs he's getting. So very cool to see how these two cars are differently set up. I like what Adam's doing, but I like Keaton Tripp's strategy. Just hold him down and wear him out.
Well, it seems to be a tale of two corners now. Here at Iowa, very distinct, different corners. Seems like Tripp better in 1 and 2, and it looks like he's got the advantage this time. He might just take it, but Newton will not give up. I love the fight from the 5 car.
Yeah, it's great. And now they've got lined up behind them. So let's see if these guys in 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th can haul these boys down and get in this mix.
This is unbelievable. They're actually, they've been doing a great job. Even though they're battling, I think they've opened up this lead, not giving up anything, Baron.
And that's real possible. Sets going away, right? So these guys in 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th are been fighting each other and wore their stuff out.
Very well could be, but this fight rages on. We're 10, 15 laps into this side-by-side action. It's Keaton Tripp and Adam Newton slugging it out. I think Tripp, no, he's not quite there. He tries to come down, can't quite clear him.
His spotter is dancing on that roof right now, talking about door corner.
Yeah, I think I heard him scream clear, and then not clear, not clear.
Making his spotter earn his money tonight there, Tripp, is Adam Newton will not go away. That's awesome racing.
It is so good. Newton doing a great job on the bottom. I don't know if I've seen him this consistent and this smooth, but here tonight at Iowa, things lining up for him. He cannot shake Tripp, though.
Nope, he's not rolling over. He's not going away. Keaton Tripp is on notice here, folks. So the 5 cars come to race.
He come a little wiggle out of the 5. Didn't hurt him, though. He comes down into 1. We'll see if Tripp can roll that high side one more time. It looks like he's going to be able to. Let's check in on some others. I mean, this battery just keeps going. Brian Cole still holding off Jeff Werderman. Here comes Travis Dart. He's been moving forward, Barron, and he's still coming.
Yep, he's got that low line working for him now, and he's managed to get himself up next to Jeff Werderman, our second place leader in the points, and he's got a fast car here in the 6. Let's see if we can get around him.
These guys do battle. Peek in on our leader's Tripp. Has cleared him. A little bump from the 5 there. My goodness, as Tripp kind of closed the door on him finally, and I think he should settle in here and start thinking about, like, Newton should settle in, but he's not gonna. He wants that lead back, Barron. I think maybe I'd just get on his bumper for a while and start thinking about strategy.
Yeah, Adam Newton's got a good car, and that's a hungry driver right there, and what he's seeing right in front of him right now is the pay window. He's got Keaton Tripp to beat, and he knows that's only 1 car, and he's got enough car to beat him. I think that's awesome.
See, Andrew Perry has started to fall. Now we've seen him come out of the gate flying, maybe flying too much, Barron. And there's Mervyn Termeyer. He had that penalty. Remember, he was on the point, so he's starting to recover a little bit. And Newton's still up here battling. As I seen the name switch on the leaderboard, I had to peek back at it.
Yeah, for sure. Great stuff. And Travis Dart's gotten around Jeff Werderman, so he finds himself solidly in the top 5, setting his sights on Brian Cole. It's a great run here by the 6 car. Great run here by Jeff Werderman, Mr. Consistency, your second place leader in the points.
And Travis Dart wants to give a little shout out to AT&T for that great internet. Okay, Travis.
Nothing like pumping your sponsors mid-race. That's great stuff.
Vecchiarelli up here. He's on the high side trying to get around Jeff Werderman. I think he's going to do it. So Vecchiarelli has picked up about 4 spots over the last 20 laps or so. We got Dubuque. He's on pit road. Apparent problems there for Jay Dubuque. Not sure what's going on there.
Yeah, and you know what's interesting too is, and I hate to say it, but we've seen this guy unlap himself from 2 laps down. But Austin Miller found trouble before the green flag and has advanced that car 6 positions already. He's in 13th place with a damaged car.
Do not sleep on Miller. I don't know how that pre-race incident, would be interesting to see how that happened. But maybe we'll get a word with him if we get a caution. But right now it's still Tripp and Newton, and the are still battling. I love it. They've opened up quite a gap here to Brian Cole. Travis Dart now under heat from Vecchiarelli, as Vecchiarelli, it looks like he was buying his time, and here he comes now, Barron.
Having a very Vecchiarelli race. He's really moving to the front here, Dean. You know, I had good money on the 6 car, but the 18's fast.
He is, and this is a guy, you know, I'm a long run guy. I love long run racers. Vecchiarelli seems like that type of guy. He knows how to save his stuff early, let the other guys burn it up, and now up into the top 5, doing a nice job. Werderman in 6th, Adam Cole in 7th, and we got a log jam here with Mervyn Termeyer on the high side, Cole and Kennedy down on the low side. Yeah, Andrew Perry also in this mix.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised to see Cole and Kennedy having you know, journeyman's night tonight. He was real fast last week and the week before. Really expecting him to shine here tonight at Iowa. This Cornfield Cadillac 125 has thrown some of these drivers, you know, for a loop here. But Cole and Kennedy on the move, but expected to see better from him tonight after the few weeks he's had.
Yeah, Colin's been awesome, right? Like, I mean, you know, I think he's. I don't want to use this term because it makes it sound bad, but I think he's one of these overachievers. I think if he has a 10th place car, he's going to be an 8th. If he has an 8th, he'll get to 6th. So I like what I've seen from the 3, and I think he's on the verge of progressing into that, you know, top 3 and perhaps winner's circle one of these days.
Yeah, it'd be good to see him, capitalize on some of these great runs he's been having. He's got his hands full with Adam Perry or Andrew Perry right now, but
Ooh, and behind him, Hines into the wall.
yeah, hit it good too. That's gonna be rough. Yeah, love seeing Colin out here doing his thing. Let's see if we can't at the end of the race shout out his name in the top 5.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. It happens, a lot this season. Newton somehow has gotten back up here, and Tripp has fallen way off. Wow, we got to get a replay on this. What has happened here?
Yeah, I'd like to see because that's a big gap.
And we got Roll out here. He has crashed, so Alan Roll just sitting there. And I don't know if this is going to bring out a caution, but he needs to get off the track. This is not.
Yeah, he's got it rolling now. Yeah. Green flag conditions continue here. Alan Roll gets his stuff going again. Falls a lap down.
Let's get a replay here and see what happened with Newton and Tripp. You see here, everything looking pretty normal as they've been side by side for about 50 laps. So nothing out of the ordinary. Oh, and a little contact there between the two. Little rub. Looks like Tripp hangs on to it and settles in. So there you go. Just a little contact. Rubbing his racing there, Baron.
Yeah, two guys arguing over the same patch of real estate there. We see Keaton now twice with a little door rub. First with Marvin Termeyer and the 16 car, and now with the number 5 and Adam Newton.
What about Cole? Cole looked like he was losing ground. That contact here, I don't know if it was coincidental. I think it was, as Dirt and Vecchiarelli are going at it again. But Cole is now in this battle. Was he doing what I thought Vecchiarelli was doing? Was he playing cagey and saving some tire and saving that car for this part of the run, Baron?
Yeah, maybe a little bit of possum there, Dean. Just maintaining his ride as the night goes on. Green flag condition continues. These guys are going to have to start thinking about pit stops. So some of our more veteran drivers are managing their tires, and we're seeing it show up on the scoreboard.
Ride on lap 57 and 125. It's Newton, Tripp, and Cole out front. Dirt and Vecchiarelli with Jeff Werderman right there. They continue to battle. You look a little further back, now here comes Marvin Termeyer. After that penalty, he's coming through the field, folks. Now up to 7th place, so watch out for Marvin Termeyer too.
Yeah, and a little bit of a slide job there, Dean. Termeyer clearing himself on the 83.
Well, I mean, this is one of the most slide job tracks on the service. I mean, talk about 3 and 4. It's pretty classic to do it here, is it not, Baron?
Yeah, especially with the bigger cars. The lower downforce, you're just managing the slide all the way out to the wall. So it's a slide job or nothing.
So Dart and Vecchiarelli continue to go at it, and I don't know if this is helping these guys or hurting them. We got someone on pit road. That's Bill Dart. Green flag stop for Mr. Bill Dart. Interesting here on lap 60. We're approaching the halfway mark. This could be a scheduled stop here, Baron.
Yeah, I believe it might be. He's probably going to do this in 3s, and he's going to have enough fuel and tires for the end of the race. Some of these guys looking to split it in half, so we'll see how it goes.
Tripp has come back up and took the lead. We missed it again. Newton once again says not yet. He's trying to come back on him. Unbelievable here.
Yeah, I think Keaton Tripp takes this lead now. What do you think? I think he's had enough of getting turned.
I don't know. I mean, he has been slightly hit twice. He saved both of them. Newton trying to get in line here because he realizes that's Brian Cole right there. You do not want to open the door for him. You'll be in 3rd instead of 1st in a hurry.
Yeah, and I think that's exactly what's going to happen. I think Brian Cole has found his way to the front. He sees Tripp in front of him, and it is time to go ahead and make his presence known.
Well, is that what's going on here, Barrett? Are we looking at, pit stops are imminent? I want to get position. You see Travis Dart was just in. Some guys like myself, for instance, I don't care. I mean, I'll come in behind. I'm fine with that. But some guys really want that position prior to pit stops.
Yeah, and you know, hard to tell depending on which pit strategy they're on. Some of these guys are looking to break this one into threes. It looks like our leaders here are looking to go halfway, so we can expect these guys around lap 75 to come on
Well,
to
it's a
pit road.
125, so we're at halfway now.
Oh yeah. Sorry, doing the math backwards.
Using
Well, it's
that
a good thing I'm
Canadian
pretty.
math calculator again, Baron.
Yeah,
I
no, it's a
mean,
good thing I'm pretty.
I know I sent it to you, but don't use it. Brian Kaufman here coming in. So up front, Tripp still leading here as these guys are going to approach some other cars. That's Travis Dart right in front of them. Travis already pitting, so he should be able to get away from these guys. Looks like Newton's in, so here comes Adam Newton. Fairly solid stop there. Maybe a little tentative, hard to tell for sure, Baron.
Yeah, well, I was doing the metric math, so there's my excuse.
Oh, well, I am Canadian, so the metric imperial drives me nuts. I can't even find a wrench. I don't know which one I'm looking for.
Well, it looks like our leader, Keaton Tripp, is coming on pit road, and it's time for him to get his tires and fuel.
Yeah, Cole and Tripp both in. That's going to hand the lead to David Vecchiarelli. So Vecchiarelli going to get a point here, I would imagine, for leading the lap. Werderman up to second. Marvin Termeyer and Colin Kennedy third and fourth. Adam Cole, Andrew Perry, and Austin Miller. These guys all still on the track.
Yeah, and after pit cycles happen, it looks like we might cycle through to Adam Newton again. You know, first one, so if he took advantage of his tires the first way out, Tripp and Cole will be chasing him again this time through.
These pit stops here in the super lates are so long, so I mean, it's hard to say how this is going to play out. But we're going to find out here momentarily. Right now, Vecchiarelli's still on the track as the clouds roll in. They're getting a little darker out there, Baron.
Gonna tighten these cars up a little bit here, Dean. So we'll see if anybody can capitalize on the track changes.
Werderman is in. You got Andrew Perry is in. Adam Cole is in. So all these guys taking their pits now. Vecchiarelli coming in from the point.
So he's going to surrender the lead, and look who's there, Colin Kennedy. Look at him, finally assuming the lead. We've seen him fast in the prior weeks. Hopefully he can make something out of this here, Dean.
Now, what do you do here, Baron? Let's say, for instance, you've got another 20 laps in the tank. I'm not saying they do. I'm saying what if they do? Well, here comes Kennedy. So he's in. That's going to put Austin Miller on the point. I mean, what do you have to lose in this position? Do you try and run this thing dry and see if maybe a caution comes out?
Yeah, that's it. You're looking for that caution because right now they're rolling the dice. Austin Miller, you know, starting deep in the field due to an incident prior to the green flag, and he's got very limited options. So do what they don't do, right? Let's roll the dice and see how we can let this play out. We get a quick caution. He looks like the smartest man on the planet.
So you got now a Miller in first, and it's Bruce Pearson up to second. We haven't talked about Bruce here tonight. Been very quiet. Here he is in second currently, begging for a caution. Colin Kennedy here on pit road, and then you got Cole came out on top. There's a shocker for you. Points leader Brian Cole through pit stops, Baron. He comes out on top. Tripp in second. Dart moves up to third, and Newton back here now in sixth position, which would be fourth. I'm throwing positions out of whack here, but they'll get sorted out momentarily.
Yeah, they sure will. So Adam having a substandard pit stop compared to his competitors. Really thought he'd come out with the lead there, but time to talk to the boys on the
and
the
right
crew.
in front of him, that looked like Vecchiarelli.
Oh no, he's on pit road.
Someone got loose there right in front of Adam Newton.
Yeah, I saw that.
It looked like Vecchiarelli, and I think it was, Baron, because I think he just quickly got into the pits. So I think that was Vecchiarelli. Something happened there. He broke loose on that fresh rubber, perhaps, and his night has gone really south in a hurry here.
Yeah, really strange occurrence happening to the 18.
So the 42, looks like his car is in pretty decent shape, even though He had that pre-race incident here. He's your race leader, still out here on lap 75 of 125.
And he is really rolling the dice, Dean. He is praying for a yellow flag right now.
He almost got it. I mean, Vettorelli was around. No caution here. He was down low on the track off the racing line and really won't bring out a caution. But him and Bruce Pearson continue to roll laps. Cole and Tripp start slugging it out. This is currently for third position, will be for our race lead if we continue under green flag conditions.
I think we're going to see this battle all night long here, Dean. These are two great drivers with two very similar cars. Adjustments were made on the pits, so let's see who's got the short run speed to begin with.
Absolutely. We've seen this. No car is seen to be able to separate from the other when they're evenly matched like this. And Tripp and Cole slugging it out. They got a lap car in front of them. Where is he going to go?
Well, he's a pick right now, and Brian Cole's trying to find a lane, and I think he's going to end up surrendering this position. I think the lap car is going to pin him. Yep, there it is.
Yeah, he just nowhere to go there. It was a great job by the lap car, keeping his speed up and doing all he can do. But, you know, unfortunate there. But Tripp, it's fortunate for him. He's up to third. That might be the race lead if Miller ever pits.
Right, and to be clear, Stephen M. didn't do anything wrong there. He was running his line. Just two drivers trying to get around each other, caught a slower car, and he held his line and did all the right things. So good job by Stephen M. on that deal.
Yeah, he's doing a heck of a job. And these guys, Miller and Pearson, still have everybody laps down. So or maybe not, Pearson doesn't, but Tripp is still a lap down from our leader. So Miller just praying. If he gets a caution, he's got the whole field a lap down.
That would be a turn of the season right now if he gets that caution.
Would it surprise you? I mean, we've seen him come back from, 2 laps down and win a race. I mean, here you go, going from last place to, getting the field a lap down, Barron. I mean, it's an Austin Miller kind of thing.
Yeah, it's very much Miller luck. We'll see if he can capitalize on it, but these laps are ticking away soon. There's only going to be so much fuel in that tank.
They really are. So Tripp and Cole continue to battle. There you see Travis Dart, Adam Newton, a little ways back. It looks like he's got heat from Werderman, or maybe not. These are some guys maybe a lap down here behind them, but Newton is in a bit of trouble here compared to our other leaders. He has lost about 4.5 seconds to Keaton Tripp. So Tripp up here with Cole, and these guys, I don't know how this is going to go out, but it looks like Cole's settled in for now, but look for him to make a move here soon, Barron.
Yeah, with the laps ticking down, Brian Cole's going to find his way to the front, and there he is. It would seem that Adam, had a really bad pit stop, and he's found himself there in 6th place. Still got a fast car, so race isn't over by a long shot, but he's going to have some work ahead of him.
It isn't. You look in on Marvin Termeyer Jr. making moves out here. He gets by Bill Dart, so put Marvin up to 8th. Bill says, no, that's my spot. I want it back.
And Bill's been solid all night. Marvin's got a fast car. We know that. Pole sitter tonight. So if Marvin can hold Bill off, he might set sail and go catch the Werderman, Jeff Werderman car.
Very well could be. I wonder if that was Kaufman who maybe got loose. He looks a lot like Vettorelli, but Vettorelli definitely has retired from the event. So unfortunate to see.
Yeah, that's too bad. He had a good car, and he was up to the top 5 there with it. Surrenders the event here, laying it out on pit road. That's too bad to see.
Back up in 3rd and 4th. It's Tripp and Cole still slugging. Miller's still on the track. Pearson's still on the track. We're down to 40 to go. Are these guys going to stop? I mean, you got to think they're going to, but I love what they're doing. These guys were back, mired in the field a bit here, Barron. Why not stay out? I never understood. If you're in 14th position, why not stay out as long as humanly possible and just pray for that caution? They do happen.
Yeah, and look, these two guys are battling. Austin Miller knows what's going on behind him, so If he can, get a luck of the draw and get a yellow flag, no matter how hard these guys race, he's got him a lap down. So he's praying for some good strategy here from the flagman.
Not only that, if you look at the times, Miller's not hemorrhaging a lot of time. I mean, a little bit every lap, but nothing major, considering he's on, 70 lap older tires. It's quite a feat what Miller's doing out here.
Yep, and we've seen Miller do that, right? He's got that car turning week in and week out, and here he is again leading this race, lap 88 of 125.
Austin Miller, the green and white machine here, and he has got the 94 right on him. That's Alan Roll, and Roll is mired a lap or two down in 16th position, but he's given our leader Miller all he can handle here.
Yeah, and with only 2 cars on the lead lap right now, Bruce Pearson's still out there, and but he's 23 seconds behind our leader, and it won't be long before and Pearson brings it onto pit row.
Yeah, Pearson vacates the strategy. The valiant effort, I loved it out of Bruce, but he's got to come in. This is really going to set him back. He's going to go a lap, maybe 2 down here under green flag conditions. That leaves just Miller out here, and Miller now absolutely begging for a caution as time winding out on that gas tank.
Dean, how many more laps can he go?
Chase Werderman has pulled in, and he is done for this evening, so I'm not sure. But with Austin Miller, I don't know, Baron. I mean, I would have thought, this is probably, he's on the verge of running out at this point, I would imagine. But I have no idea, and I've been wrong. Maybe he can finish the race. I don't know.
Boy, that would be something if he did, wouldn't it?
You see Pearson coming off pit road. He's going to fall all the way to 14th, maybe 15th position by the time Roll comes on by here, and there he goes. So put him down to 15th position.
Well, nothing more frustrating than to have a run like that get spoiled by some pit strategy that didn't play out, Dean. You can't be mad at anybody. Everybody was on the same page, hoping it was going to get them the win. But you roll off and you're in 15th and you're a lap down, boy, steam starts rolling out that helmet.
Absolutely, it does. And, I don't know if it's steam even. You feel like you did everything you could and it just didn't work out. But Cole's starting to look a little stronger. We've seen this late in the first run. We're not quite to that point yet, but it looks like Cole ready to put some pressure on Keaton Tripp. Yeah,
Keaton Tripp not going anywhere. Cole's got him square in his sights, and he's just maintaining his pace right now. It's good to see this kind of battle out of the leaders tonight, because 2 different drivers, 2 very skilled drivers. Love what we're seeing at here in the first and second place drive. Well, I can't say that. Second and third place, let me say that.
See, we got Marvin Turnmeyer in the chat there. I think that must be senior. He says he hasn't missed a race yet, so we're really thankful for that. Marvin tuning in, and they're putting on a show. And let's check in on Marvin Turnmeyer Jr., currently in 7th position. Now, he gave himself a penalty there early on in the race. I love the call as an owner. Any doubt at all, you give yourself a penalty. But here he is battling back, and he's kind of all alone right now. But he's got about 3.5, 4 seconds to Jeff Werderman, and then Newton after that. But Turnmeyer has recovered very nicely.
Yeah, he sure has, and he's driven that car up to that 7th place. So, like seeing the league administrator, really put some wheel into this thing and bring it to the front.
Absolutely. Back to this battle between Tripp and Cole, and this is one of our main points of focus. You think it's for the race win, but Miller is still 27 seconds ahead. Now, he's lost a couple seconds over the last 5 to 7 laps, but still doing quite well out there. We hop on board with Brian Cole here and just have a look at what's going on, Baron.
Yeah, still holding a real pretty wheel here, Cole. Oh, little correction to the right. So tire wear becoming an issue for that 10 car. He's dancing a little bit off the turn 4. Let's see what he looks like here in turn number 2 as he comes out. This is a little flatter turn, and wall gets a little closer. Oh, good recovery there. He's really got his sights set on that 26 machine.
He does, and they look like they're driving, I mean, almost identical lines here, Baron. Is there something you can do to either upset the car in front of you or to get yours handling a little bit better?
Well, I think you're seeing it here out of the 10 car, right? He's driving up to that back bumper, and he's really allowing this thing to roll the center so that when he gets off the turn, the car's pointed in the right direction. So Tripp sees that, and Tripp has taken his line away a couple of times, but it depends on, what's fastest for your car as Brian Cole almost gets it to the wall there, nice and loose.
Yeah, he really hit that exit a little too early, pushed up to the wall. Tripp loves that. We're on 26 to go, and Tripp just bought himself about 15 laps of comfort, I would imagine. But the story of the night is Miller, and he's coming in, Baron. Austin Miller coming in.
So painful. I know the 42 was hoping for a yellow flag. He's not going to get it. He's on pit road, and that's going to hand the lead to the 26 car of Keaton Tripp.
Wow. You hate to see it for Austin, but it was a valiant effort, and we'll see if, he's going to come out in better shape than Bruce did. I think he's going to come out somewhere in the top 10, so not a lost night completely. But now Tripp not only does the guy pit, but right before that, the guy behind him gets it near the wall and has to back out, so Tripp got to be feeling good. Third place going to be handed over to Travis Dart. Don't forget about him. He's still in this thing, and he is looking great. Newton right behind him, starting to close. So all these guys hanging in there and just waiting for their opportunity.
Yeah, and Austin Millen's coming out of the pits, and I'll be damned if he didn't salvage a top 5 pit strategy here. How about that?
How about that? So Austin Miller, I said top 10. He's in the top 5. I told you he was doing great on those old tires. A little bit slower than our leaders, but not maybe as much as you might think.
Well, if he keeps a top 5 out of this, he knows more than I do, Dean. That's a great drive if he maintains that position.
All right, 23 to go in the Cornfield Cadillac 125. Keaton Tripp, Brian Cole, Travis Dart, and Adam Newton, your main competitors. Miller, who just pitted, falls back to 5th. He's going to make up some time, but I don't think he can make up 8 to 9 seconds here in 23 laps, Baron.
No, that'd be a tall order for sure, and we'll see if he can recover somewhat. But I think we're sorting this thing out between these two leaders right now, Dean. I think it's their race to lose. I like what Travis Dart has done, and he has really shown some speed tonight. So has Adam Newton, but I think too little too late to catch these leaders.
Yeah, Cole has closed back in, but let's go then looking Bill Dart. Bill Dart back here, sitting in 8th position. Right behind him, Barry Hines. So Hines, my apologies, so the 11 of Barry Hines, doing a nice job here. He's up 7 spots on the night, Baron.
Yeah, good car, good solid effort here. He and Bill Dart have been around each other all night, so good solid racing from these two. It's a nice track to do this too, Dean. These guys are learning each other's tendencies so that next week maybe they can capitalize on it.
Absolutely. Doing a great job here. Fight Andrew Perry in 10th place. Now he's hanging in there. He had some moments here as Newton has got by Travis Dart. We missed that one. Maybe we get a look in it, but Adam Newton has made the pass here. So the 5 continuing his march in here into the top 3.
And he's brought along with him the 83 of Adam Cole. So nice to see the 83 back there.
He's back in 16th, actually, but he is in the mix of this fight.
He's a lap down. I'm having a day.
Oh, and in the wall goes Dart trying to push that vehicle. So Travis Dart. And guess who's coming already? It's Miller. We said, can he make up that time? Baron, he's already made up 3 seconds. Miller is absolutely flying around here.
Unbelievable.
Well, we got a second, though. Let's go look at this pass between Adam Newton and Travis Dart. So you see there, it looked like Dart was a little bit loose. So it looks like Newton may be a little loose. They come into the corner, and Dart way up the track into the wall. He just blew the corner there, Baron.
Yeah, just missed it. Got those tires dirty, and got a little TV time in the wall.
Absolutely he did. But what about Miller? Miller has come up to the back of Dart already. This is an unbelievable run. Oh, and Dart's in the wall again. There goes Miller. Dart is really starting to lose it as he's overdriving that machine, hanging on for dear life.
Yeah, he almost climbed the fence with it that time. Hopefully, Travis can calm down and bring it back in the top 5 position. That's been a good car all night. Let's not ruin it now.
What a story for Miller. Up 15 spots on the evening. Damaged before the race started. So, once again, I mean, we're going to call him Mr. Excitement here. Mr. Excitement coming to the front late in this race. He's going to be battling Newton here in a couple of laps, and we got only 15 to go. Our leaders, Tripp and Cole, continuing to battle as they approach the lap car of Alan Roll.
You know, the way that car is turning on the 42, Austin Miller's playing chess tonight, folks. I mean, whatever he is doing on these adjustments during these events, he is absolutely flying.
He is. You see him there in your picture. Already up to Newton. Already making a move. Miller underneath him. No contest. Fresher rubber by about 50 laps or more. Miller underneath and gone. He's up 16 spots. He's got his sights set on the leader. I said about 8 seconds he had to make up in 25 laps. He made up 4 of it in 10, Baron.
If he keeps that up, we might have a 3-way battle for the lead.
Speaking of battles for the lead, Cole underneath Tripp. Here we go. Brian Cole, my mistake. Brian Cole making a move. Tripp has been so good holding people off from the outside. Can he hold off points leader Brian Cole?
Yep, same song, different verse. These boys are side by side again, and Keaton Tripp on that high side, keeping that 10 car pinned down. We've seen it lap over and again. 12 laps to go. I can't wait to see how this plays out, Dean.
Amazing action. Tripp a little bit better off. We've seen it time and time again. And the checkered flag comes out early. I'm not sure what that's about. We have a checkered flag. That is our race, folks.
What happened?
I'm not sure exactly, but Keaton Tripp is going to be our winner here, as it looks like we've switched this race down. I really don't know, Baron. It could have been a time limit thing, and I think it was. I think time ran out on the server, so...
Interesting.
Sorry about the lack of excitement there at the end, but you've seen it. Cole gave it his all. Maybe he knew what we didn't. He really tried, but Tripp holding him off. Keaton Tripp going to be your race winner here.
Well, that's one way to win it, right? I mean, the timer ran out, I guess.
I think it did, Baron. I think they put in a couple hours, perhaps, or maybe less, and it looks like it is 10:30. This looks like a 1 hour was given, maybe an hour and a half, and I'm really speechless about that. We hate it for you folks because I love the excitement that was brewing and coming, but it was an exciting end. Tripp getting this win, Cole in second, and Miller putting on a show, finishes third. And I'm
speechless. I was hoping for 12 laps of side-by-side battling.
I really was prepared for it myself, and it was really something, but...
I was hoping to see the 42 make it there, too. Wow, I mean, I guess we'll have to ask the administrator to see what happened here.
Yeah, we're going to have to get some verification on what that happened. Let's get a look in on our race results here. And you can see there, Keaton, Tripp, Cole, and Miller. Newton doing a great job tonight, but does, through that slower pit stop perhaps, ends up in fourth. Travis Dart hangs on to, he's from Ricky Bobby Motorsports. He was driving like Ricky Bobby at the end, holding on to that thing. I think he might have had a leopard in the car. I don't know. But Werderman finishes in sixth. Turnmeyer, admirable job from the penalty back to seventh. Bill Dart in eighth. Adam Perry ninth. And Barry Hines comes up and grabs the top 10. Good for Barry. You can see your favorite car there in this finishing order.
Yeah, well, if you got a Cougar next to you, you're driving fast, aren't you?
You driving fast, I guess. I mean, I'm running, but I don't know. I guess they drive with those things. Here's their updated point situation. Only real movers are Dart's up one, Vettorelli Falls, Kennedy, Travis Dart, and Jay Dubuque will move up a spot as Chris Shannon not here tonight. And Shannon's missed a couple. Shannon's a good racer, so unfortunate he's not here, but he's going to drop a few in the standings here.
Hell of a race otherwise, though. A lot of side-by-side battles. Great battle for the leads. Wish it played out for the last 12. But Keaton Tripp, your winner. And that's what, 3 for him on the year?
Yeah, I mean, at least. I know he won the duels at Langley, I believe, and Keaton just, he is a tough competitor. We've seen it all night, him hanging on the outside, able to do everything that he needed to do to stay there and hold these guys off. But it was just amazing for him. Let's get in here and let's get a couple of race interviews in as we bring in Alan Roll. Alan, back here in 15th, a bit of a tough race for you this evening. Tell us a little bit about your race.
Yeah, trying to do the little bit of a drift through the corner kind of bit me, so I kind of spun it, then forgot I had the starter already on, and then I lost time pinning the ignition and the clutch, so that cost me more time. And then I tried to get out of Marvin's way and almost tried to go up on 2 wheels. So, but it's a fun race.
Well, it is fun. Let's talk a little bit about that. A little different here. We head out to Iowa, and I was expecting to see some 3, maybe 4 wide action, but the cars were still two grooves, possibly 3 at times. Talk a little bit about just having some room out there on the track and how you could run a couple of different lines.
Well, I think you got I was 3 wide once with Colin and somebody else, and the only reason I don't think we crashed was because I was listening to the engine of Colin and I figured it was tight. But I think I didn't see any of the 3 wide going on, but probably us. But no, it's just an interesting track because what I was doing was letting off and trying to follow the yellow line, and then through one of the corners there, it's pretty bumpy. So if, when you're going through it, it's for some reason it seems like this is one of the more detailed tracks in iRacing, and you definitely have to be careful going over some of those bumps because it unsettles it. So
yeah,
that's why it's one of my favorite tracks.
Yeah, down in 1 and 2, low. There's a couple of nasty bumps down there. I know, because I drive over them all the time, Alan. Because I don't know how to avoid anything. But you're not looking to avoid anything, and we got the bull ring coming up. How are you feeling about that?
Usually on those, it's just about trying to be patient, and when people wreck, just try to go through the parking lot. So, but yeah, it's a short track, so I'm just gonna be nice and not push it. And then when people either net code or whatever happens, just be able to stand on the brakes hard enough, I can weave through it.
Well, the bull ring, the name itself kind of, says what it is. You're going to get in there and fight and hope to not get too many stabs in the back of the neck there and make your way through. But we love watching you out on the track, man. Look forward to you having a little better luck out there next week and having yourself a good race. And you got any sponsors, anybody you want to thank? Now's the time.
I guess Brian does the title sponsor. So if you need furniture and need anything from there, then help him out. I'm too far to help him buying anything, but be quite a shipping from him to all the way from practically Mexico. So whoever is in the area though, like definitely check him out. And then Marvin for doing this and getting the broadcast together. So
all
and
right.
then yeah, and then I have nothing to do with Black Rifle Coffee other than it's a veteran-owned company, and I think that's pretty awesome. So, and the coffee's good.
Absolutely. Love the shout outs, Alan. Look forward to seeing you next week. Baron, that was Alan Roll. Back here in 15th tonight, but still in good spirits. Looking forward to next week.
Yeah, good week. Nice to see Alan back on the track tonight. I got Austin Miller with me tonight. Austin, what the hell happened at the start?
I got penalized for last week. I ran through Colin, it just never went through last week at North Wilkesboro, so had to start from the back. Yeah, so we got that rectified.
I got it. We were in the broadcast, and always see you on down on the apron, and we're like, he found trouble already. Like, what happened now?
You did hit the wall, didn't you, Austin, before the race?
Oh yeah, I thought I got it stopped and I didn't. I was taking a bathroom break, so luckily we got a yellow at lap 6.
That's awesome. That's great. Austin, do you think maybe one of these weeks you'd like to come out here and maybe not go 2 laps down to try to win this thing?
Be a nice change of pace for sure. I mean, I told you guys last week I was dreading this week, so coming away with third isn't bad for sure.
No, and look, listen, we were watching watching the race, and did the caution come out early, or was this a timed race? I mean, did the checkered flag come out early as a timed race?
Yeah, I think it timed out early. Yeah, it kind of threw us all off when it went off. I'm actually shocked I was as close as I was to the top 2, to be honest.
So we were watching your times, and inside of 10 laps, you managed to capture 6 seconds on the leaders. By our math, if we'd have run the last 12 laps, you'd have been there. What do you think?
yeah, I was talking to Keaton in the other chat. Like I definitely would have got to him. I don't know if I could have passed him because the tires were wearing off. So I only took right sides. So I definitely would have got to him. It would have been interesting for sure. I don't even know how close were they at the end, the top
Well,
2.
Well, they were nose to tail.
Okay, got
and they
it.
were side by side. So as they kept that battle going, you were just chipping away at their time. Really would have thought we were hoping in the booth that that thing had played itself out.
Yeah, it definitely would have been interesting for sure.
Well, Dean, Mister, I'm not going to do it on easy mode this week. Maybe we'll get him on easy mode next week. Austin Miller brings that car home third.
Yeah, great job by you, Austin. Hell of a run, man. It was super entertaining. I think I can call you Mr. Excitement, but you got any sponsors you want to thank or anybody you want to thank? You go right ahead.
Yeah, just thanks to my parents. They're watching. I think my older brother might be watching as well for the first time. So just shout out to them. But I appreciate you guys broadcasting. It's a lot of fun.
Now you make it interesting for us, Austin, every week. So let's see you next week at the Bull Ring, huh?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the short tracks coming up.
All right, that was Austin Miller. What an exciting race he put on. But so did Keaton Tripp, our race winner in the 26 machine. Congrats on persevering tonight, Keaton.
Oh, for sure. It was a eventful race for only being one caution. Had a lot of side-by-side battles, and the race ended short because of time, and I thought Newton was going to get me there.
Yeah, man. I mean, it was just incredible what you've been through. So you battle with Marvin, you guys get together, you save the car. Excellent save, by the way. You know, keeping it off the wall, keeping it off other cars. It allows you to stay in this battle. You battle back up there, and then it's you and Newton. I mean, I think you were side by side for over 50 laps, Keaton. Talk a little bit, not only about that battle, but maybe some things that you learned during that battle that helped you later in the race.
That battle was nuts. Anytime I'd get clear of him, I'd try to shut the door, and he would somehow dive bomb it in there and get to the inside. I don't know how he never wiped me out, like, at all, until that one time he got into me a little bit, and no big deal. I caught back up to him and got past him again, and I learned a lot from that run there. I figured out backing up the corner in 1 and 2 really helped save tires, and 3 and 4 is kind of struggling. Uh, Anytime somebody was behind me, they'd gain a tenth on me, but I would gain about a tenth or two more on them in 1 and 2. So 1 and 2 was really strong for me. I think that's what helped me win this race.
Yeah, well, I was watching that during the race, Keaton, and to just elaborate that on a little bit. A lot of guys, and myself included, were I like the bottom there, and the guys were getting down there on that low spot. We know there's a couple of bumps there. Looked like you were kind of avoiding them and taking that second groove. Did you find that more helpful?
Oh, for sure, it helped me rotate the car and get a excellent launch off of 2 and get me a good rocket ship off into the straightaway in the 3 and 4, but still never really figured out 3 and 4 compared to some guys tonight, but we got it done.
You did get it done. It was highly entertaining, Keaton. I love watching you race. It's always entertaining. You get back into this points battle now. We look forward to head to the bull ring. I mean, I know you love the short tracks. So this one kind of an anomaly here in the super lates. How you feeling about the bull ring?
Feeling great. I love the bull ring, but some it can be a little hectic sometimes. But I love the bull ring. That's what is it, like a quarter-mile track, something like that.
Yeah, she's tiny, and it's going to be a battle, and I expect a few cautions, so it'll be interesting for sure. But you've shown you can get it done, man. It was a great win here tonight. Congratulations again, Keaton. You got anybody you want to thank? Any shout outs to give? You go right ahead.
I want to thank you guys for putting on these great races every week. It's a lot of fun. I look forward to it. Thank mom, dad. They're watching right now, and that's all I got.
All right, Baron, race winner again, Keaton Tripp. Man, he is awesome out there putting on a show.
Yeah, bringing home a lot of hardware this season in the Furniture Mart Super Series. Keaton Tripp going to be dealt with before the end of the season when that championship trophy's handed out.
Yeah, he's going to be something to deal with, and we'll have all that. The bull ring next Wednesday night, 9:30 p.m. Hope that to see Keaton there. Hope to see his parents are on here watching, and everybody else watching. We thank you for always coming out and supporting this series, the Raid Furniture Mart Super Series. But for myself, Dean Doucette, and for Mr. Baron Labosco, that's going to wrap it up here from Iowa, and we'll see you next time on Wind Tunnel TV.